Many thanks for staying tuned to your Feel Good Radio, Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta. If you check your time now, it's 7:31 from our studios. And you know what it is on Tuesday night at this time? We get to ask crucial questions about our health and well being. And this night will not be an exception because, as always, Dr. Rita Jabin is live in the studios of Fresh 107.9 to take us through a session where we get to know those important things in our lives to make us live a healthy life. And it's a pleasure having you around, Dr. Rita Jabin, this evening. Good evening to you once again.
Good evening and welcome to the Ask Dr. Rita show. I welcome everyone from Instagram, from Facebook, and from YouTube. We're streaming from all these platforms as usual. And thank you for having me here.
Well, it's a pleasure having you, and I understand that last week that you were here. By the way, my name is Jide Adeomi, and I'm standing in for Momoyemi Adesoye, the regular host of this program, who is unavoidably absent for tonight. But trust me, she'll be back from next week. So, Doctor, I understand you've been talking about kidney
Yep.
since last week, and I know that you are really, really ready to delve into the early signs of kidney problems. Could you please let us in on those basic signs that people would get to know when they have problems with their kidney?
Okay, thank you very much for having me. A pleasant, rainy Tuesday to
Yeah.
everyone listening around the world. So, what are the early signs of kidney problems? Well, sometimes there are no signs at all. That no sign at all is a sign in itself,
Mm.
So sometimes there are no signs at all. That's why it's usually when it has become so late before people take note. But of course, there are some things that you can notice.
Mm.
First of all, there's tiredness,
Mm.
frequent tiredness, and when people are expressing this frequent tiredness, like feverish sensation, they tend to begin to go and treat malaria.
Mm.
Is when they have treated malaria for a long time, malaria is not going, they keep treating malaria because the symptoms are similar to that. So there's frequent tiredness. There is also foamy urine. There's foamy
Mm.
urine. There's cramps in the leg, cramps. Most of the time, the person is experiencing some cramps. And then in some cases, the color of the urine begins to change. Most times the person has foamy urine for a long time, but not paying attention to it. And then
Mm.
because foamy urine is
It's
an
a sign.
indication
Okay.
that there's problem with the kidney,
Mm.
so it that persists for so long, and then the color of urine begins to change. It becomes reddish, dark brown, reddish. Sometimes it may be bloody. And then there's frequent urination. Person experiences frequent urination, frequent urge to urinate, frequent urination. Then there's problem with sleep. At some point, there may be puffy. The person's eyes may begin to get puffy. There may be loss of appetite.
Mm.
And then there may also be swollenness of the leg. By the time the legs are getting swollen, it may not get very swollen at the same time. It sometimes, so I've had people come to me with foamy urine and swollen leg. And by the time we send them to go and do some tests, you find out that wow, the kidney is, very, very badly gone. So there may be fatigue, like I mentioned before. So these are some of the signs. This is not all. And then in some cases, there may be itchy skin. That is when the urea is very high. The person may have itchy skin. But sometimes there's no sign at all.
I would like you to delve to expatiate more on the foamy urine that you mentioned. Now, when I begin to see that my urine is becoming the foaming one, just as you put it, how worried should I be?
So foamy urine. Sometimes, so what is foamy urine? Is when there's foam in your urine. Like you look at your urine, you find foam inside. That is foamy urine. But when it becomes persistent, you will notice that your urine, your urine is always having foam, like bubbles on top of it. And these bubbles don't just go away. Sometimes when you urinate, because of the force of the stream, you may have some immediate bubbles. That's not what we're talking about. This one, where even urinating, the bubbles, the way beer is, something like that, those kind of bubbles. And this is usually an indication that there's proteinuria. And protein, you shouldn't, so there are abnormality. There are some things that you should not find in your urine. One of them is protein. Someone should not have protein molecules in their urine. It's proteinuria that makes that foamy urine is an indication that the person is losing protein through urination. And so, have I answered your question? I think I've answered your question.
Well, it is Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta, and the program you are listening to is Ask Dr. Rita Show. It comes up live on this station every Tuesday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. On every Tuesday. So, and let me tell you that we are live on Facebook at Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta, and of course, we are also streaming simultaneously on these channels. On YouTube, it is at Ask Dr. Rita Show. Ask Dr. Rita Show, same as Instagram as well. Ask Dr. Rita Show. That's where we are streaming
on Facebook too,
and on Facebook as well. And we are open to taking your calls as well on 0813 355 3996 and 0706 904 5127. Take note of the numbers 0813 355 3996 and 0706 904 5127. I'm sure by now you have a lot of questions you want to ask Dr. Rita, which I'm sure she will do justice to them as your calls coming.
I in fact have a question from Instagram, and the question says, "Hello, Dr. Rita, can someone who doesn't drink or smoke have kidney problems?"
I was going to ask that question. That the foamy urine you mentioned, does it have anything to do with the intake of alcohol?
So there are several, like I said, so that is a sign that there is problem with the kidney. Do you understand? So when we're now, this person is asking
whether if one smokes.
Well, no, when you smoke and drink, I already answered that one last. That yes, you increase your chances of kidney damage. Smoking and drinking, a lot of it, over a period of time. But can someone who, the person is asking, can someone who does not have kidney problem, and can someone who doesn't
drink or smoke,
can they have kidney problem? Yes. Just as someone who does not take alcohol or smoke can have liver problem too. That is under non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So yes, it's very possible. And one of the things that make people prone to having kidney-related problem is uncontrolled blood pressure. And I decided I wanted to talk about this because in the course of the week, there was someone that reached out to me. She's been in her 33 years old. And she said to me that, so I was just asking her a question. She reached out to me from Instagram, and then she was saying to me that she's been diagnosed with stage 4 kidney disease. So I was like, so I was, asking her some questions, and I asked, one of the questions I asked her was, you are 33. How long have you been diagnosed with this? She said like 4 years now. She's been on dialysis. And I said, okay. And then I was like, So what are you hypertensive? She said yes. I said, for how long have you been hypertensive? She said, oh, she's been hypertensive for like 12 years. I
Wow.
said, okay. So what were you doing? She said that when she discovered that she hello Ake Otega, thank you for coming in on the program. Thank you so much. I'm waving at you from Instagram. Thank you so much. All right. So I said to her that, so what were you doing when you were diagnosed? She said, I'm saying this because I want to use this as an opportunity to talk to everybody listening to me this evening.
Mm.
That the doctor is not the enemy, it's not Satan. So she went to so she was told that she's hypertensive, and she said, God forbid, it's not my portion. And then she didn't take her BP drugs. She didn't take BP drugs. She was not doing anything about the blood pressure. She was just saying, God forbid.
Yeah, she could be chosen.
I don't care. She was just saying, God forbid. And she did not add knowledge to it. She was not checking her blood pressure. And that led to damage to her kidneys.
Mm.
And even when she was told 4 years ago that her creatinine was 900 and something, she said she refused to go, she refused any form of treatment at that time. And I'm saying to you today, I am a Christian, I'm a pastor in Christ Embassy, and I can say to you, God does not want you to be sick.
Mm.
So therefore, you cannot abandon your drugs, abandon checking your blood pressure. You don't, I mean, I asked some people, when last you check your BP? Like, I checked it 8 months ago. I said, and you're hypertensive? They said yes. I said, you are playing with kidney.
So basically, it's the ignorance of people.
You see, like I said, there is no symptom at all.
Mm.
One of the best ways to care for your kidney is to do a test.
And do it regularly.
And first of all, do it. We are talking regularly. Before we get to regularly, let us start with do kidney tests. What are the tests that someone should do to check for their kidney? Because I get this question, I want to care for my kidney, I want to care for. What test should you do?
Mm.
Number one, you do a simple urine. Some people don't even, before you even go to test, when they wee-wee, do they even check their wee-wee? I did a video yesterday, Monday, which was urine and the different types of urine. I'm not going to talk about it and different colors. Go to the Ask Dr. Rita show on Instagram. Okay. Go and watch the video. I talked about the different types of urine and the colors of the urine and what they mean. So that if you even watch that video, if you check your urine, you will be able to know where you fall into. Mm-hmm. So then, what test should you do if you care for your kidney? If your kidney is important to you, which it should be important to you, you should do urinalysis. Okay. Then that is them taking your urine. This is not going to one place. They will not give you one machine to hold. They will collect your urine specimen. You will do urinalysis, and you can even do a culture to check if you have an infection, because untreated infection can also cause someone to have kidney problems. So you do urinalysis. Then we go to blood tests. Blood tests, like what blood test? A renal function test. If you go tell them you want to do a renal function test, they will check your electrolytes, your urea, your creatinine. But in addition to that, tell them you want to do EGFR. EGFR is a classification that helps to tell what stage the person's kidney is. So when I say someone is at stage 3, stage 4, stage what, that test is what helps you to know. You should, healthy should be from 90 and up, 90, So when you begin to drop to 75, 50, 30, your kidney functions are already greatly impacted. So that knowledge will help you to know. If you were a smoker before, I don't need to preach, don't smoke. You will know, you are seeing the consequence of your smoking. Another test that can be done, so when you leave those blood tests that are done, next test that can be done can be a scan. A scan will usually show you what's happening with your kidneys. A scan will show you if there are stones. A scan will show if there is a cyst in the kidney. A scan will show if there's inflammation. When you are looking at me. So you just go and say you want to do an abdominal scan. Okay. So an abdominal scan, because it's not like you just go and say you want to do a general scan. You just do an abdominal scan. Your kidneys are located at the back, at your back. So an abdominal scan will capture that. Okay. Will capture that. So yes, that's one of the ways. So do this test. When you do this test, yes, you can now call me on 070 61713985. So I had someone
You might
call me.
want to take that number again.
Okay, 070
070
61
61
71
71 39
3985.
85.
That is number to get to me.
All right. Well, let's see if we can take some questions from home, at least from people who are probably doubting if, or people who are not sure already whether their kidneys are in great shape. Let me try to be very, very careful. 0813 355 3996 and 0706 904 5127. 0813 355 3996 and 0706 904 5127. Do we have a caller? Hi, good evening.
I can't hear that call.
Well, I guess it's because the person is not saying anything.
Okay.
0813 355 3996 and 0706 904 5127. Dr. Rita, I am curious to know, after the tests
Yes.
and the checkups regularly, is there any other special thing anyone could do to ensure that going forward from the moment when he or she did the test and the checkups have become regular, what are those advices you can give to such a fellow to make sure that they don't risk their kidney anymore?
Okay, so
Because just like you have enumerated, ignorance is
it's not
an excuse.
Yes.
So
one of the things you can do is check your blood pressure, check your sugar test. Then when you did the test, what did the results show? That is what determines what approach to take. So suppose the result did not show anything, then you need to now be cautious. You need to ensure that you are properly hydrated, because I just remembered now that I said I was going to review a study that had been done. I want to review a study on some that a partnering organization that I'm in partnership with.
We have a call.
Okay.
All right. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, can you speak up? I can barely hear you.
That's dropped. That's dropped.
Okay. I think network.
You were talking about a study.
Yes, a study that was done. I didn't do the study. I'm not taking glory for the study, but they are a partnering organization. And I thought it was particularly important for me to talk about this since I'm on air. 7 foods that you eat that you may be overdosing on. So the topic of the study is 7 foods you can overdose on that can largely impact on your kidney. So I'm just going to go through them. I'm not going to go into all of it. I'm just going to mention key reasons why. So the first thing that they said that you can overdose on that can give you long-term effects because of overdose is carrot. Okay. Have you seen people drinking carrot juice? They drink up. Yes, I have seen people. I see people where they will drink like 1 liter of carrots. If you are listening to me and you are in that category, please note that you are not doing yourself any good, because you cannot chew 1 kg of carrot at a go. Impossible. Your jaw will tell you stop, but you can drink 1 liter, especially when you put ice and you are sipping it. Anyway, the study shows that you can overdose. Number 2 thing that you can overdose on, protein, excess of protein. I didn't mention here, was my video I did on Saturday. I think I mentioned it last week also. I said excess consumption of protein. One of the things that you check when you're checking your kidney, you're checking your urea, your creatinine. These are ways when you eat too much of protein. You just see people eating protein in 1 plate. They will arrange plenty pomo, plenty shaki, plenty arero,
6 meats,
plenty
2 eggs.
They'll put egg, put snail. They will now put some miserable looking quantity of vegetable on top, and then small quantity of carbohydrate. So much of protein. You can actually overdose of protein. will damage your kidneys.
Mm.
Then there are some herbs that have tendency that can affect your kidney, because don't let anybody deceive you and tell you that because it is herbs, it does not have it has side effects. And in fact, one of the things that NAFDAC does is that they ensure that when you want to register, all of my products, all my teas are NAFDAC approved. One of the things that we needed to do was to go and do toxicology tests. And we didn't only do toxicology tests, we did efficacy tests also. Why did we have to do that? Your dosaging. So when you go on Google and you are drinking moringa, drinking this one, drinking that one, please go to ask Dr.
Ignorantly.
Rita. Yes, you overdose. Do you see people drinking agbo? Do you see people drinking these things along the road? They
I've
will
seen someone who drinks a bottle of herbs.
Emu, pelebe, meji, meta, put together. Mix this yellow, green, white, blue. Oh yeah, drink. Bra. Then you'll be wondering why kidney problem. So herbs can destroy your kidneys, especially when you go to people who are not licensed, when you go and take herbs by yourself, when you go to Dr. Google and you read online and you drink. Oh yeah, last year I went to the University of Lagos, there was, for a course there, and they were analyzing some harmful plants. I cannot, when I'm doing that particular topic, I'm going to do, you'll be surprised how much people are damaging themselves because of overdose. Do you see people drinking moringa and dongoyaro? They will carry plenty leaves, then drink one full tumbler. These things have toxic loads. These toxic loads will damage the cells of the kidney. I'm a naturopathist. I use herbs, but my herbs, that you see me say, do consultation, do tests. You don't. So
just to be sure.
Someone came to the office last week from the radio, and what did the person say? Dr. Rita, I need you to just give me. I said, I'm sorry, I cannot just give you medication. Only for her to go and bring her test result. Liver enzymes high, cholesterol high, this uric acid high, ESR high, different things high. Imagine. And what did she come for? She came for something entirely different. But what was the result showing? Where the problem is. That is one of the reasons we say, come and do consultation. And I already gave code Fresh FM bundle.
Okay.
I said, for everyone listening to me, in this month, you want to care for your kidney, you have 30 minutes consultation, you have 1 month treatment. I didn't say that 1 month treatment I would have cured you. You get medication that will serve you for one month. You will get kidney list of things to eat to avoid. You understand? This package, we're giving it to you for 95,000. So treat kidney is far expensive. Even if you don't think you have kidney problem, you have engaged in a lot of unhealthy lifestyles. What are you doing about it? What steps are you taking? You can call me. My number is 070-6171-3985. I'll take it again.
Okay.
070 61 71 39 85. And my office is in Abeokuta here.
Okay. Where in Abeokuta is the office?
Kuforiji Olubi. Okay, that is number 12. Yes. So number 12, Liasu Sawabano Street, off Victor Osho. Victor Osho is a popular street. Victor Osho. So number 12, Liasu Sawabano close, off Victor Osho Street. Kuforiji Olubi Estate.
Yeah.
So let me just quickly finish. Coffee is another thing that you overdose on that can damage the kidneys, excess of it. Then there's this fruit called star fruit. There are quite a lot of studies were documented to the relationship where this fruit is found. A lot of, based on this study. Then another thing that people can overdose on is water.
Oh, really?
Yes. When you drink too much water, first of all, you drink too much water within a short period of time. So that thing that you just carry 1 liter of water and just go, that's not a healthy thing to do.
And afterwards, the belch.
Okay, so I have a question here. All right. So, what foods can I think I've already answered this question from Constance Jack. Thank you so much. So we have a question. I can hear the
We
thing.
have a call too.
I say question. It calls. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Hello, good evening. What's the name? You please move away from your radio set or you switch it off.
Actually, we should call the number. Okay. Okay. My own
Eh,
number. Okay. She said call my number again.
he did not even tell us his name.
Do you know that quite a number of people say that they don't get the number? Okay, so let me try and call it
And
again.
that's why I'm repeating after you.
0. Yes.
0
7
7
0
0
6
6
1
1
7
7
1
1
3
3
9
9
8
8
5. Is it 5?
5
Yes.
070 61 71 39 85.
Yes.
I want to believe that person has gotten the number now, but in case you haven't, we'll roll it out one last time before we finish tonight on the program. Can we take some more calls? 0813 and 0706 904 5127. You were going to talk about a question from there. Okay, I think there's a caller. Hi, good evening. All right,
Thank
all
you.
right, all right.
070 61
61 71
71 39
85.
85.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, thank you for your question. I got it. You say you take a lot of water.
Yeah.
So my okay, so please take my number so that you can reach out to me after the program.
Yeah.
But I need to know, are you urinating more than you are peeing? That's a question I would have asked you, but if you feel like you're waking up too much at night. So I've had someone come to me at that. Oh, I'm having frequent urination. I said, and then she would drink water till 11 o'clock. You will not sleep now. No, you will not sleep. You will wake up. You have to wake up and pee. So you need to ensure that you reduce so the best time to take water during the day when you're active. You will sweat, your body will use it, but towards the evening you are retiring, so reduce your water intake
Intake.
very much in the evening. At least make sure that you're not taking from 8 o'clock. Reduce it so much, reduce it so that it doesn't affect your sleep. So I need to you shouldn't be worried if you are drinking so much water towards your bedtime. But you should be worried if you are not drinking so much water towards your bedtime, but
Hmm.
you are waking up every hour. I mean, if you say you are waking up every hour, that's something that we need to explore.
And one has just like 9 hours to sleep max.
Do people sleep up to 9 hours nowadays?
Well, some of us still do.
Wow, that is good. Maybe because you are working on the radio station. So my number once again is 070
070
61
61
71
71
39
39
85.
85.
Yes.
I want to see if we can take this last call and then we wrap up after this caller.
Okay.
Hi, good evening. Good
Good
evening.
evening. Yes.
Good evening, Mr. Coyote. Welcome.
Mm, mm, okay. Mm, okay. Okay. So Okay, yeah. So
All
next
right.
week I'm going to be talking about your bladders because the kidney is part of the urinary system.
Yeah.
But I just want to answer you to say that it is not in the health of your kidneys and your bladder for you to hold urine for 8-9 hours. Take a pause. If for any reason there is even a trauma, that expanded bladder that has been storing urine, you have more chances of greater injury than if your bladder was not that full. And then you are at risk for having stones, bladder stones, inflammation. So there are lots of complications for holding urine. Please don't hold your urine for 8 hours. Tell the driver to stop.
That's what Yorubas will call kéèyàn fit ìju kárùn.
No, 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 no. Don't use shame to carry disease. And don't use shame to have problem.
We have to go now. It's
Yes.
been an explosive 30 minutes of this time right
Okay.
here tonight. And I must say, it's been a pleasure having you around once again tonight to come and lecture a lot of people, even myself inclusive, about some things we do that we don't pay attention to that are very, very hazardous to our health. Thank you so much, Dr. Rita Jabin, for coming.
Thank you.
So this is me saying that in all you do henceforth, ensure that you check your body system regularly and you ask questions. Just like I want to wrap up on this note. Get your man love feet. You can. My name is Jida Adeomi. Omoyemi Adesoye will be back next weekend, and Dr. Rita Jabin also will make a return to the program next Tuesday. Good night
Good
and
night.
God bless.
Good night.